Welcome to Afro Swag Media and Magazine. My name is Deborah. As always, I'll be your host on this show. Today, we have two very special guests, and I'm going to bring them to the camera so they can introduce themselves to you. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
I'm great tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome to Afro Swag Media and Magazine. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and thank you so much for tuning in, those that are watching right now. Can you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Shereece Dendy-Sanders, and I'm one of the co-founders of ISLASIMONE Candles.
And I'm Kalisha Reed, and I am the other co-founder of ISLASIMONE Candles. Thanks for tuning in.
Once again, welcome to the show. We are so honored to have you too. Can you please tell me, Shereece, about ISLASIMONE?
Yeah, so ISLASIMONE Candles is a candle company that was founded by Kalisha and myself. The company is named after our daughters, Isla and Simone. And the basic purpose of the candle company is we wanted to do something together. We wanted to do something fun, but we also wanted to create a legacy for our daughters. And so that's how ISLASIMONE Candles came about.
Thank you so much. Kalisha, anything that you want to add to that?
We started in 2018, I believe. And so this has been something that has been just like any business that I think a lot of people can relate to, is that you have an idea and you're just kind of talking about things and you're getting things together, and, you take a couple weeks off that end up being a couple of months, and you come back to it. And so I'm just really grateful that we've been able to really be consistent and kind of stick to what it is that we really want to see for ourselves in the future as entrepreneurs, and for our daughters, for other daughters. And so here we are.
Awesome. So are you guys friends, colleagues? How did you come together to start a business?
So we're friends. She's one of my best friends, and we met in 2004 at the University of Lincoln's Pre-Law Institute. And so we were there for a summer trying to figure out if we wanted to go to law school, and we formed a bond, and we've been friends ever since.
All right. Kalisha?
Yeah, so same. I mean, just over the years, we have continued to form our friendship. Shereece went to law school. I went on to practice as a mental health therapist. And so it's been really fun to take our background and experience and all of that and really mesh it together into something that we call our own.
All right. Since you mentioned background, I'm going to ask you first about your background. I know your friend Shereece mentioned that you went into pre-law, and then you mentioned about being a therapist. Can you please tell me about everything?
Yeah. Well, that might be a long story. So I initially wanted to go to law school. And so I studied at College of St. Mary in their pre-law program. And again, in 2004, went to the Pre-Law Institute. And it was a really great experience, because I think that it taught me that at the time, I didn't know if law school was still really right for me. And so I worked in the legal field as a family law paralegal and a public benefits paralegal, and represented a lot of individuals and families in administrative law proceedings, particularly Social Security disability. And there's a lot of research that goes along with those cases, especially in Social Security. And what I found was that there was such a disparity with people of color and just people in the community being able to access quality mental health services. And from there, I decided to pursue a degree in clinical counseling, and I've worked as a clinical counselor since then, since about 2013. So I've worked really across the lifespan, with all the way from children as early as 18 months, all the way up until geriatric age, 99 years old and older, and then also worked with various disabilities. So typical developing children and developmentally delayed children and as well as adults. So I've really been able to really have a better understanding of how aromatherapies, essential oils, homeopathic therapies really enrich and really enhance people's lives. And so being able to combine that again with Shereece and being able to create this company that is really again about our entrepreneurship, about friendship, about leaving a legacy, about financial stability and sustainability. All of those things has really grown out of not only our friendship but even over the course of our business.
I love that. And you said something really important that we're going to come back to. It's about what an entrepreneur is. When you said you were able to identify that lack in the Black community or minority community, and that's how you chose to go into therapy versus pursuing your law school. So we'll come back to that trait that entrepreneurs have. Back to you, Shereece. Can you please tell us about your background and everything that we want to know?
All right. So I was interested in the mental health space in undergraduate. I was actually pursuing a bachelor's of science degree in psychology when I went to Washington, D.C. to attend a march on affirmative action. And it was there that I fell in love with the law and just our entire legal system and how laws come about and the Supreme Court and all of that. So when I immediately came back to Nebraska, I went to the registrar's office and changed my BS to a BA because I knew that I didn't need all those science classes anymore because I was going to go to law school. And so I did, and I went to Southern University Law School, which is an HBCU in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And there I obtained my Juris Doctor degree. I came back here to Nebraska and I worked doing family law and bankruptcy. And then I moved on and now I work for the Attorney General's office, working in consumer protection and antitrust.
Oh, wow. And we have some comments here. I will be showing them as we get them. This is from Trailer. The candles are amazing, fragrant, cute, and clean, offering a wonderful gift and wow, and beautiful packaging. So much praise.
Thank you.
Do you guys
Trailer.
Okay. Thank you
Trailer.
so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching and supporting these beautiful ladies. And then we have one more comment. Love it. So for our viewers, in order for me to be able to project your comments on this screen, it has to come from the Afro Swag page. I know right now we're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and different Facebook groups, but I can only project if it comes from YouTube or the main page of Afro Swag. So forgive me if I don't see your comment right away in those other groups. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching. So that is your background, and then you guys decided to found ISLASIMONE candles.
Yeah.
Let's hear what it is about. Don't go away. We will be right back, okay?
Have you ever burned a candle and could not smell its fragrance, or noticed that the candle created a tunnel as it burned? Or what about black soot rising from its wick? This is a candle emergency, and you deserve something better. Look no further. ISLASIMONE Candles has you covered. Our clean-burning candles are hand-poured and are made with 100% vegan coconut wax and environmentally sound fragrances that you are sure to enjoy. Not only that, but ISLASIMONE candles look great aesthetically with any room decor. Head over to our Etsy store, ISLASIMONE, or find us on Instagram at ISLASIMONE_candles. That's ISLASIMONE candles. ISLASIMONE candles, leaving a lasting legacy for our daughters and yours.
All right, that was ISLASIMONE candles. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I'm going to bring back our beautiful lady, Shereece and Kalisha. Welcome back, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, so whose voice was that?
That is a dear friend of mine, Isa Bay. She is a loctician here in Omaha, Nebraska. She has a wonderful voice.
I love her voice.
And so I was a client of hers for many years, and she did me a favor and did our voiceover. So I'm sure you all are relaxed now after hearing that commercial.
So soothing. She can talk to you all day.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you to her for helping out. So let's talk about candles. Why candles out of all products?
I don't know. I don't know why candles. You know, I like to do crafts.
Yep.
And I like to sew and do all kinds of things. So I don't know. I think one day I was like, hey, let's make a candle.
And so Shereece is super crafty. I am not. So again, I think that it really helps us too, because I have a lot of ideas, but sometimes the ideas for me, getting them out there is a little bit more difficult. And so for Shereece, it's sometimes I could tell her an idea and she's like, oh, I could sew that, or I can make this, or I can do that. And it's always so interesting. And so it's just a beautiful partnership. I love fragrances. I will say that I'm not a super big like candle burner, but I do love the smells of fragrances, the different memories that can be attached to different smells and fragrances. And then also just as my research as a mental health therapist, I've just learned that using those parts of your brain, smell, olfactory, all of that, and how it produces those long-lasting memories and can really erupt memories of pleasure and things like that. I will just say that one of our very first candles, that's candle scents, that we talked about producing were ones that were really personal to us. And so, you know, I have a mother that that passed away over 20 years ago from breast cancer. And when Shereece and I were talking about, you know, why candles, you know, what should we do? And Shereece really kind of knew that, like, I was really kind of struggling with the candle idea. And one of the things that she really pulled out of me was, okay, you like fragrances, you like scents. What are some things that we can really do around that? And so as we were exploring one day, really in kind of our testing phases, that is really how our most popular scents came about, was being able to have fragrances that reminded us of our childhood, and particularly for me, my mother. And so my signature fragrance is oatmeal and honey. And so it is something that as a young child, I ate a lot of oatmeal. My mom made me a lot of oatmeal. And so that scent gives me a lot of pleasure and brings me a lot of comfort, which is actually the name of the candle. So that is kind of a little bit of the story behind that.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, and sorry for your loss. And, you know, I love candles. If you ask my son, he'll tell you, don't offer my mom anymore. Any candles anymore. Because, I just love them. I buy them, and I don't get tired when people offer me candles all the times. And obviously teenagers, he get tired of candles, but I just love them. So I'm definitely, you know, one of your ideal clients.
Of course.
So tell me about your experience, knowledge, anything about entrepreneurship before even getting into the business. Did you have any experience or knowledge with it?
Yeah, so I actually had my own law firm for about 2 years. And so by doing that, I learned a lot. And so I used a lot of those experiences in talking with Kalisha. Hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. Or, just we need to use this app because it will organize all these things for us, track our mileage, keep all of our receipts for the end of the year for taxes, things of that sort. So it was easier, I would say, to jump into this because I knew how to go ahead and form an LLC. I knew, of course, you need to keep your funds separated. We got our bank account straight, get our EIN number, things of that sort. I knew the basics. So we were able, once we were ready to get started, we were able to do that, and it was focused.
All right. Thank you so much. Kalisha, did you have any background in entrepreneurship?
Not very much. Just in school, taking classes in business. So my minor is in business administration.
Okay.
So being able to take classes. I also, one of my very first paralegal jobs was working in a estate planning and business incorporation office. And so I had kind of the legal background of like the things that the fundamentals that we needed to form an LLC or form any business. So I, bringing that to the table and really help and really allowing Shereece to balance that out. Really everything else is just kind of fallen into place just from my experience with corporate jobs in the nonprofit sector and things like that. So customer service, being able to be on different social media platforms and things like that. So, but otherwise, just reading a lot, researching a lot, talking to Shereece about different ideas that we have, and what's the best way that we can go about bringing that to light. So.
I love that. And I found who posted that comment. It's Susan. Susan with Life Elixir by Susan. I don't know if you guys know her. She's an entrepreneur in our community. She posted it from one of their Facebook groups. So that's why I couldn't right away know who posted it. But Susan, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I can also have you on the show very soon. I know you're very busy, but thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk about, you kind of started, Kalisha, about an entrepreneur being someone who is able to identify a pain point or a problem in the community and bringing solutions to that problem. That's how even you went into the field, mental health or being a therapist. So tell me, I know you guys mentioned it a little bit, but what is your target population? Like, who are your product for mainly?
So our products are for anyone who wants to create an ambiance. Every fragrance is unique, and so we would ask you, what is it that you're trying to create? Are you trying to soothe? Are you trying to offer a calming environment? Are you trying to feel energized? It's anything you want to do with your decor, your environment, whether it's setting up the decor or your environment for a dinner party, or whether you're trying to have a relaxing spa day at home. It's kind of whatever it is that you're looking for. We're looking for those people who are here to create an experience, because ISLASIMONE candles will give you the experience that you desire.
Okay, nice. Do you have anything to add?
Really the same. I mean, I think that when we started, it was definitely that platform, and we continue to develop products based off of that platform, but also just the expansion of being two women of color, being entrepreneurs, and really being able to show that this can be done. Even when you have a 9-to-5, Shereece and I work a lot. I think between the both of us, we have more than 2 jobs. So being able to do this on the nights, weekends, long holidays, all of that has really helped with that. And so just that our target audience is just being, even our daughters, and that's why even in the commercial, our daughters and your daughters. We really wanted to create, again, that financial sustainability, and really that long lasting legacy of, what we see so much in our society, but maybe not within our community, which is being able to leave your children wealth and being able to leave your children, a business to continue to cultivate and continue to grow throughout the years. And so again, the ambiance is great, and then also tied to that is just what we are trying to instill and grow within ourselves and with other people.
I love that. I love that you have that goal to leave a legacy for your children. And that's what I'm all about. As an entrepreneur, I know my 9 to 5, I couldn't, pass my 9 to 5 on
Right.
to my son. And I needed to come up with something, that he can take over, he can continue, after I pass. So that's really amazing about that financial freedom. So how old are your kids?
So I have 3 children. I have a daughter that will be 23 in August. And then I have a son that is 19, and I have another daughter that's 4.
Okay.
And I have one daughter, and she is 18 months.
So what do you like? Okay, 18 months. I know it's a little bit too young, but how are you able to inspire your kids? Like, what do you do on a daily basis, or how do you tell them about entrepreneurship?
So my daughter, actually, my oldest, obviously, she's in her senior year in college and has really been challenging to really find a career path that really speaks to her. And so kind of my important thing to her is, really finishing what you start. And so finishing her degree, she is really finding her own entrepreneurial with doing hair. She does retwist. I guess Shereece would kind of know a little bit better, but she kind of has her own little business of twisting locks. And so she has really kind of taken off with that over the last several months. And it's really interesting to see that her desire to really be in business for herself and really to really feed herself into learning more about dreads and all of that is real. It's really coincide a lot with how we've launched and our progression over the last 3 months. And so I think indirectly being able to kind of have conversations with her about, what Shereece and I are doing with candles, how, we're out in the community, things that we're doing to really increase our social media presence, increase our revenue, things like that, I think has really inspired her. We haven't sat down and really had that direct conversation, but I could only imagine that just from having conversations or just those casual or informal conversations about, what we're doing with ISLASIMONE candles has really helped her to really say, I'm going to finish my degree, but now I really know that I want to be in business for myself. This is something that I'm really passionate about doing.
Absolutely. And we have another comment, Angela Dendy. She says, I love these candles. Thank you so much for watching, Angela. And we have Andrea, Alvaro, and we have so many people watching from different groups on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for your lovely comment. So back to minority-owned business. Before we do that, did you have something to add, Shereece?
I would just say that although my daughter is young, she sees Kalisha and I making the candles. When we go and do craft fairs, or I have to step away and do a podcast, I still talk to her. I tell her, Mommy has to go do some work. She's trying to, promote her candle business, market her candle business, so you can have, so you can take this over when you get bigger. I talked to her just, simply, and I let her know. I like to think that she's very smart and she understands what it is that I'm telling her. But over time, as she grows up, she'll remember these things, like, the candles and mommy going to do this, and she'll see all the hard work that it is that went into this business for her.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So when we talk about minority-owned businesses, minority entrepreneurs, one of the common problems that they have is funding, finding money to start their own business or even to grow the business. Did you guys have any experience with that? Do you guys have any tips that you can give aspiring entrepreneurs, especially minority-owned businesses, on how to go about getting some grant or money to start their own business and grow it?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, once you realize you want to become an entrepreneur, you really need to think about what it is that you want to do. And you want to make sure that you love it, because no matter what, you're going to start off using your own money. And so Kalisha and I, we use our own money to fund ISLASIMONE. And whenever we have proceeds from our sales, we put that directly back into the business. We're not in a position to pay ourselves. And I would tell any entrepreneur that you need to be okay with that. You need to be okay for the first few years putting the money back into the business and not paying yourself, because it will pay dividends in the future. I would also say just look for opportunities to market yourself, sign up for pitches, put your business out there, see if any investors are interested in investing in you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I would just say being able just to be on platforms such as this, being able just to talk to people, being able to, have casual conversations at your 9 to 5. Okay, what do you do for fun? Or what's a fun fact about you? I make candles. And so even the conversations that come about from that, and customers that come from that. And so funding is definitely something that when we went into it, I think we were a little naive about self-funding, but we've caught on pretty quickly. And thankfully, we've had some really successful craft fairs that we've been a part of that have really helped us to put not that we don't have to put so much of our money back into it, but that we're able to sell our products and put that right back into the candle business.
Thank you so much for answering that question. And like you mentioned, don't be afraid to participate in competitions like pitch competition. And we know right now there is one competition going on with the Midland African Chamber. And I think the event is on August 28th. You can find more information by going to our Facebook page or even our website to get additional information if you want to participate in the event. I think for the competition, it is now closed, but you can join us on August 28th to attend the actual event and learn more about future opportunities. So head to our Facebook page or any of our groups to learn more about that. And like Shereece said, don't be afraid to partake into any pitch competition to get grants or funding for your business if you are a startup. All right. I think let's take a quick break. Please don't go away. Those that are tuned in, don't go away. We'll be right back. It's just going to take a minute or two. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back. And today we have two special guests, Kalisha and Shereece. I'm going to bring them back to the camera. Welcome back, Shereece and Kalisha.
Hey, thank you.
So, ISLASIMONE candles, a legacy for our daughters. You can find them on Instagram, Etsy, Facebook, and their website as well. So, tell me, did you guys build your own website?
We did not build our own website. We actually don't have a website right now. We are looking into it, and we identified some platforms that we may want to use. And when we do get to that point, we will be building our own website.
Yes.
Because like we mentioned earlier, we are self-funded and we are two smart ladies, and we can get that done.
Absolutely. And I also found your Instagram page and Etsy. How did you get on Etsy?
Simple. We just went on Etsy and said, become a seller. We set it up. We put in our bank account information. We uploaded pictures of our candles, our inventory, how many of each candle we had, and we set up how we wanted to do shipping, and we were off to go.
Okay, so Amazon, Etsy, eBay. I don't know if people still use eBay, but how did you decide which platform to be on, Amazon versus Etsy?
Yeah, so we haven't really considered Amazon. And I think one of the reasons is with the candles, sometimes shipping can be a little funny because, the warm weather or just the packaging and making sure that they're secure and they don't break. And we didn't, and we just really haven't thought about that, because I know Amazon is the 2-day, get it, place your order, get it out. But Etsy is a place for crafters. And so we knew that anybody who would go to Etsy would be looking for something handmade, authentic, and that they would be more accepting of that 3 to 5 day window before their package would get sent out.
Absolutely.
And also with our full-time jobs, that 3 to 5 day window is a nice cushion for us.
Yes.
That's
Did
exactly
you
what I
have?
was gonna
Okay.
say. Yeah, like just being able to have a little bit of more of that shipping window. I think the other thing too that we really had to consider is, again, going back to being self-funded, is that we really have to. We're really still trying to figure out like shipping costs and things like that, and really being able to efficiently send our products safely as well. And so when we're looking at other platforms, that is one of the things that we really do consider are, what are those shipping costs? How much will we have to absorb as a business? How much can we realistically pass off to the customer as a part of their purchase? And so Etsy was really accommodating to our business, being a small business, being in that startup process or in that startup spot that we're in right now. And so it's really allowed us to grow our customer base, but then also for orders that we do get here in town, it's allowed us to really eliminate those shipping costs, bring ease of ordering and accessibility to our customers. But then for us, maybe we don't have to pass off that shipping cost because we can deliver it just in person.
Right. So tell me, what is a future of ISLASIMONE candles?
A future.
Well, I would say our future is ISLASIMONE would continue to be a luxury candle.
Yes.
I don't believe that we would ever sacrifice the quality of our candle for cheaper materials to make it. Like we mentioned earlier, our candles are made with 100% vegan coconut wax and environmentally friendly fragrances. And so we want to maintain the integrity. So in the future, we would always have a product of integrity. And I think that you would see us in boutique, maybe at a high-end grocery store. I think that would be the future of ISLASIMONE.
Nice. as always, did you want to?
I think just with any business, being able to grow with the times, being able to um, get feedback from our customers about what they want or what they would like to see, or different ways that people like to burn or melt fragrances. And so just being able to diversify our products and services
Mhm.
will be part of our future growth and development as well.
Nice. Did you guys want to give any shout out to anyone before we continue?
I guess I say hi to my family that's
yes.
watching. Hi.
What
Oh,
about you?
and my sorority sisters. I would like
Okay.
to say hello to them that are watching as well.
I just,
And Kalisha?
yes. I don't know who's joined, but thank you all for joining. Thank you for supporting us, for supporting our business, and for spending a little bit of your evening with us.
All right. So, one more question before we go. What is your biggest challenge ever since you started ISLASIMONE Candles?
Time.
Yeah, it's time. It is. I would say that's it. It's time.
Okay.
We were
Oh, for
able
both of
to.
you?
Yes, I think for both of us, the candles take some time to make, but recently we put our heads together and we found a more efficient way to cut back our time in half. And so maybe time won't be an issue in the future, but time definitely would be our number one.
Okay.
Shereece and I are both parents. We are both professionals. Like I said before, between the both of us, we have more than 2 jobs, probably like 4 to 5 jobs between the both of us, along with our candle business. So really being able to prioritize what this business means to us, and really the more time that we're able to spend crafting this and honing what we're doing, the more benefits I know that we'll reap from it. And so time is so very precious. And so I enjoy spending time with Shereece. I think that is one of the things that does make this a lot easier, is that we get together, we talk, sometimes not always about candles, but we uplift each other. We have each other's backs. We're accountable to each other. And so even when we're talking about a space of time to be able to make the candles, just being able to have time to spend with each other makes the process a lot easier, and helps us to just keep coming back every week with new ideas, new innovative ways that we're going to try something or do something, new candle scents, all of those things. And it doesn't hurt that we do spend a lot of time with having both of our daughters with us, and that our families are really supportive of that, and that we're able to bring our daughters along while we're doing things such as this, or making putting together another proposal or whatever it is. So yeah, it's been really fun to figure that out along the way with Shereece.
Nice. Well, we wish you good luck and success. Thank you so much for being on the show with us. And despite your busy schedule, busy life, but you found time, to come and chat with us. And we do appreciate you. And we'll definitely have you back to see how things are going. If there is anything new, we would like to hear all about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We've enjoyed ourselves.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. And thank you so much for tuning in. For those that are watching, thank you so much. And until next, we be safe. And we do, hold on, let me bring these lovely ladies back. I'm sorry, but I believe we have a comment, and it says, congratulations on all your success, Shereece and Kalisha. Your story is motivating and very inspiring.
Thank you, Alvaro.
Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, ladies. We've come to the end of this show, And for those that tuned in, thank you for watching, and remain safe out there, even though everything is reopening with, the restrictions being lifted. I think as of tomorrow is going to be, lifted in Nebraska. Be safe out there, and we wish you guys success and success and success again. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Mhm.